All right, everybody, welcome back to the Conserving Freedom Network. I know it has been a while since we've posted a video, but I've just been accumulating some new stuff. I wanted to make sure that the next video I had was a good one, and today it is, because we are going to be doing a full unboxing, installation, and review of the Trijicon SRO. Yes, this is going on my Glock 19. My EDC gun, and we will start this video with the unboxing. First of all, comes in a really phenomenal case. Got this on T-Rex Arms for $530. Yeah, she's pricey, but let's see what we get with it. So pop in the box here, nice little latch, comes right out, and inside, simple enough, is the optic. So as we look through, and I'll do more of the features here throughout the video, but a couple of things that I do like. First of all, I got it in the 2 MOA configuration. We do have the brightness settings positive and negative, so basically brighter or dimmer. And we've got one of the things that was very important to me is that top loading battery cap. Definitely wanted that. And then as we look in for I know it's a competition style red dot, but that is a massive window, even compared to my Delta Point Pro. You should be able to rip this out of the holster. I go appendix inside the waistband. I should be able to rip this out and find the dot very quickly. So one of the big factors why I got it. Really clear glass too, maybe a tinge of blue, but incredibly clear glass. I got the C&H precision mount for this to go on my Glock MOS 19. So I'll walk you through how that installation is, but so far just unboxing. So we've got the optic. Pull the bottom padding out, and we've got some extra stuff. So they do give you Vibratight and a Loctite. Give you some screws and an Allen key. Probably won't be needing that because I will be rocking the C&H parts. Awesome sticker. Obviously on this channel, we friggin' love stickers. Got a nice little product guide of everything that's in the Trijicon lineup. I got the actual manual to talk about some of the features, and I'll go over the features, turning it on, turning it off, all the auto brightness stuff. We'll do that out on the range or once it's assembled. I don't know, a little card here to join the Trijicon community, sure. And they give you an extra battery. It does take just the 2032, that classic red dot battery, but it does come with one installed as well, so I have a little backup. So that's what we get in the box as we unbox it. The next portion of this video, we will talk a little bit about installation. I'll show you the C&H parts. We'll maybe do some of the installation on camera. It should be pretty damn self-explanatory, but I'll walk through maybe little bits of it. And I'll show you what it looks like on the gun, and we'll get out to the range for some drills and some kind of first thoughts. Exciting stuff. This is going to be a good video. This is a good welcome back to the Conserving Freedom Network. A nice expensive red dot, you know, on a gun that probably is the most popular handgun in the world, that being the Glock 19. So should be a good video. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the installation and the shooting and first thoughts. All right, guys, so the next step here is going to be installing the actual plate to my Glock 19. Got the MOS version, so you can see the plate here. Obviously, it comes off. So, did a lot of research, and C&H appears to be the best. So, there's the base plate. You got to scan their QR code for the installation instructions. I also went ahead and picked up their like building kit or assembling kit. Really good. So it's got some really strong, they call it optic locker, basically like a Loctite. That'll probably be for the plate, just to like never be able to take the plate off or the optic off the plate. And I don't even need to, because obviously it loads from the top, and that SRO is going to be what I go with. It also came with some fix-it sticks and then paint markers and whatnot to mark obviously any loosening of screws. But C&H, definitely am going to recommend them, assuming installation is pretty easy. But from all accounts, this is the best. And once it's all assembled, I'll kind of show you why I think it's the best. So I'm going to do some assembly. I'll walk you through kind of how I did it, and we'll come back when the optic is mounted on the Glock 19. Well, guys, that was ridiculously easy. That's the CNH plate. I mean, literally, the CNH plate goes right into the opening of the MOS, you know, I don't know, the little block that it's supposed to go in. There's the red dot. You can see it. A little bright out. I have it on a low setting. But, I mean, this was, like, ridiculously easy. And what's great about the CNH plate is it screws into the slide, and then basically it's got these like little T-nuts that stick up, and really these that the optic go into the opening of that T-nut. So basically why it ends up standing up to the kind of test of time, and why it's a little more robust, is it's actually those T-bars that are taking the brunt of the reciprocation, you know, because the optic's going to come loose as that slide reciprocates, but it's really the T-bars that are taking that, not really the plate. So your plate's not really shearing off. It's those T-bars that are taking an additional piece of it. So it should not come off, obviously, as easily in the course of fire. And it's, you know, it's something that you should still check. I'll throw some paint marks on there and just get some kind of witness marks, but it's been screwed down to 10. I have a fix-it stick here. It got, what, 10 foot-pounds. So should be pretty good. Next thing we're going to do is go out onto the range. I will quickly zero it, and then we'll get into shooting it and what I like about it. But as you can see, that window is big. So so far looks really darn good on my everyday carry. And we will see how it performs. Obviously, it does, I mean, one of the things that it does is it blocks out my standard height sights, my backup irons. Oh, well, maybe I'll get suppressor height sights one day, but I don't think a red dot is going to fail, but we'll see. You know, we'll do some testing with maybe if I don't see the dot, you know, how well can I just pull the shot based on where I think my irons are, but who knows? We're playing around with it. But yeah, the new addition to the EDC pistol, the Trijicon SRO. Let's get to the range and let's figure out how this bad boy works. All right, guys, so we just got to the range. We're going to zero this bad boy quick. I'll show any footage of that real quick zero, and then we'll really get into it. So we're at the range. For reason, we're going to make this happen, so let's do it. All right, so we got the Trijicon zeroed in. One of the first things I want to do is just a volley of 4 rounds, just from probably 7 yards into the A zone. One of the things I really liked about the Trijicon SRO is obviously that big field of view. So we're going to put that to the test and see kind of how that dot rises and how I track that dot. If it comes out of that circle, you know, if it stays in that circle, it's a little too cold really to have any meaningful kind of draws from concealment. I might do a couple just to see how quick I can kind of get on that dot, but our first test is going to be kind of tracking that dot. We'll do a volley of 4, and then we'll talk about it. So let's see it. All right, so we are 7 yards away, and I'm just trying to show you here how that dot, let's see if I can focus on something else. There we go. So how that dot has a ton of wiggle room to go up and down. I mean, that's as, you know, that's basically, look, that's the bottom of the reticle. That thing can swing at 7 yards all the way basically up to the shoulders. So this is going to be fun. We will see how easy it is for me to track that dot. This is the 2.5 MOA version. I'm excited to see this. Let's try it out. All right, I'm gonna be pretty honest. That was like blindly firing. I mean, I just got my first sight picture, and then from there, just, I don't know, pulled the trigger, and it was pretty nuts. I mean, that red dot really did not leave that circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, all hits. Let's maybe try that one more time. That was interesting. I want to really focus on kind of how that dot drives one more time. To be honest, that was a little bit just kind of blindly firing. Good grip really just kind of led the way on that one. So let's see. I think on this kind of second run here, I'm going to be a lot more deliberate with my shots. I'm going to take a little more time in between shots just because I want to see kind of how that dot rises and falls. So I'm going to be a little more deliberate here, and let's see if I can really focus on if I ever lose that dot, you know, off the target, out of the circle there. Let's see if it really does leave the frame. I'll be from about 6 or 7 yards here, so a little slower this time. All right, so version 2 of that drill went a little slower. Let's just mark hits first. So I kind of keyholed the first 2, third, and then kind of pulled my 4th. The dot does leave it does leave the frame of view for me. What I will say is it's such a big frame that even though I lose it, it's barely out of there, and as soon as I kind of reestablish my kind of point of aim, point of impact, the dot, you know, I feel like I'm obviously finding it quicker because it's coming back into frame so much quicker. A little different from like a Delta Point Pro on my SIG, where I lose it and then I really got to kind of fight to drag it back into screen. The tiniest little kind of, you know, reestablishing of sight brings that dot right back. So we might actually try right from behind the camera. I'll see if I can fire off a couple shots and let you guys maybe see what I'm seeing. So we'll try that. All right, so I am going to quite literally try to just fire from behind the camera, and we'll see how that dot moves. So let's see. So that second one was a good example there where it kind of flew off the screen, but it was barely off and I dragged it right down. The first one, looking through a camera and shooting was interesting, but that second one, if you really go back and you slow that down, that maybe got to there. It really did stay in frame, so hopefully that shot helped a little bit. All right, so you guys know from previous videos, one of the things that is very important to me in a carry gun, in a carry optic, kind of a, I don't mean carry like competition carry, in a concealed carry gun, a concealed carry optic. One of the things very important to me is the ability to have consistent 15-yard headshots. That's what makes me feel good about what I'm carrying, and kind of knowing that I can hit a small target from a probably further than typical self-defense encounter. I still just, that's kind of my standard. I want to be able to have consistent headshots from 15 yards. So I'm going to do from the draw. This will be a sloppy draw. I got, you know, 3 jackets on. But we'll go from the draw, some headshots from 15 yards. So looking at our headshots, took 4 shots. 1, 2, 3, and then one I didn't reholster, I just fired again. That was that one up there. So 2 in the credit card box. But yeah, I mean, fantastic accuracy from 15 yards. You know, sight and and Glock, obviously. But yeah, sight found that nice. Gonna take time for me on the draws. It's just not a day to practice draws. But yeah, we'll go back to the shooting table and we'll kind of talk about some final thoughts here. First impressions. What do I always say on this channel? Kind of first impressions, final thoughts. Let's see what we got. All right, so in review of my first session with the Trijicon SRO, it's going to check all the boxes here. Nice big field of view, really nice big buttons on the side. If you hold each one of them down together, kind of simultaneously hold them down together for 3 seconds, the optic will turn off. Hitting the brightness button turns it back on. Brightness settings are great. It is quite bright here in the white snow, and I was able to see this no problem. That CNH mount has held up through the first, 30, 40 shots. Obviously, I expect it to, but always nice to see that it's working early. Again, some of the things I really like, that big window really helps me acquire quite quickly. And as I press out here, I mean, 3 kind of different, 3 of not the greatest and most consistent kind of push outs, but that dot was in all of them here. As I push out, that dot's again in all of them. So really like this optic. I know people have said, or Trijicon claims it's not really for duty use. I don't know what that means necessarily. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be just taking this thing and dropping it, straight, from 5 feet, just dropping it on the optic. I take care of my stuff. It is a tool though, so it'll get the kind of daily wear and tear, but I have no concerns with this thing holding up. And again, just a really great optic. In the summer, I'll probably do a kind of revisited, just so we can get a better idea of, how it does from the draw, how quick it is. But these kind of first few shots and getting it zeroed and having a really nice optic on my carry gun, it's been great. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time on the Conserving Freedom Network.